Don't nobody better say nothing bad about Pastor Cal.
Period.
Even though he be getting on my nerves, but he kind of like my uncle that get on my nerves. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. I said, hey.
Hey.
Welcome back to my channel. Hey, y'all. I'm Jazmyn W. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all know I like to jump right in, but first I must let you know that if you have not subscribed to my channel and you here, baby, what are we doing? And
why are we doing it?
Okay, have some purpose. So go ahead and click the subscribe button on purpose. Also, if you're in the DC or DMV area, I will be at the DC Comedy Loft on December 12th and 13th doing a total of 4 shows. These shows are in a smaller room, so do not think that because there are 4 shows that the shows cannot sell out, because they definitely should. Hell, I don't know. Anyway, go ahead and click the link in the description below to get tickets. And also, if y'all don't know, I have a secret society on Patreon where I talk about intimacy every week. The past week, we talked about how to keep your coochie together, okay? So click the link below to join the secret society. It is, you do have to be a member to watch that episode, but it's $5 a month. So if you want to support me in my endeavors, you can click the link below. And I get really personal in talking about my coochie. Don't I always? Anyway, let's get into Married at First Sight. These are episodes this through this.
Girl, who knows?
I think I have an idea of how I'm going to break these up, but I don't know the episodes, so I'm going to say episodes this through this.
Before the retreat.
Here are my notes. Y'all know on my channel, we always start with the most boring couple. And that's the couple I have the least amount of notes on. So, let's start with Belinda and Chad. They're the most boring couple for now. I wrote down, Chad feels older than Belinda to me. I think Chad decided to come on the show because he needs a fucking caretaker.
Ooh, okay. Not a fucking caretaker.
Chad needs a caretaker. He getting older. He done been married 3 times. None of those women decided to stick around, and we now know why. And I feel like he needs somebody to take care of him. He don't go on walks. He don't eat right.
How you know?
And looks like he has a hard belly. No shade. You can't say nothing these days. I decided, you know what? I want to be problematic now. Because his belly looks hard. Like, what am I supposed to say about that? It looks hard to me.
That's a heart. That's a heart health indicator.
Belinda, somebody said they don't want to sleep with no dogs in the bed. I don't know. The dogs in the bed is becoming a big issue. Listen, when I was married and had a dog, I slept with the dog in the bed. It wasn't a big deal. The dog was clean. We put shoes on the dog. I'm the one who did all the bathing and everything of the dog damn near. But I mean, like, the dog in the bed didn't bother me, but it was a small dog. I don't think I could do like a big dog in the bed. Like, my dog that I had was like 12 pounds. I don't think I could do more than... And the dog really honestly slept at the foot of the bed. Not in between me and the person I was with. Like, they slept at the foot of the bed, really. You know? So, yeah. Anyway, Chad took Belinda to go arrow shooting. And she said the only thing she liked to hunt is bargains, honey. And I said, period. I thought that was funny. I thought the arrow shooting was really fun, and Chad really seemed to enjoy the fact that Belinda enjoyed it. He likes Belinda because she's kind of fun and easygoing, so that's cool. I wrote down, he got to get that belly off him.
You know what?
That's such an auntie black woman thing to say, right? You got to get that belly off of you. That's what my granny would say. But I did write that down. I wrote down, these arrows meant a lot to Chad. He's professing his love, and I wrote down, it looked like Belinda is lying. She told Chad, I love you too.
Right, very weak.
Belinda said, I love you too. I wrote down, girl, stop lying. I love you. You love Chad, Belinda. Girl, please. Don't even, Belinda. I'm sorry. Like, I would never believe that Belinda loved Chad. I'm sorry. Like, girl, do not settle, ladies. Do not settle. I know Chad is saying, I love you. There's nobody I love more than you. You're so sexy. You're so funny. You're so da-da-da-da-da. I love you so much. There's nobody I love more than you. I love you. You're the one I love. And it feels good for somebody to tell you that and kiss on you and lick your cootie cat. All those things feel good. But at the end of the day, don't be delusional, Belinda. You don't love him. You don't. Oh my goodness. But listen, I'm not even gonna hold you. I love to tell a man I love them, honey. I just love to. I think I would be love bombing people.
You do.
I really do think I'd be love bombing people. I really do. I don't care. Like maybe something wrong with me. Maybe I need help. But after about a month, I'd be like, I do love you. I do.
I'm in love with you.
And then after 6 months, honey, we don't even speak no more. But anyway.
I can't even roast you. You roasting yourself.
Chad gonna tell. The last thing I wrote down is Chad gonna tell Belinda, I'll never leave you. I wrote down, you left the others, or did they leave you?
They left him.
We know you'll never leave Belinda, Chad, because you don't leave women. The women leave you.
Exactly.
You need a caretaker. Anyway, let's move on to the next couple.
Okay. That's Boba, y'all.
Let's move on to Jaylen and Burning Man.
Okay, because that's all he think about.
Child, this man care about Burning Man so much, you would have thought that he gonna be the one on fire.
Okay.
This man care about Burning Man so much, you think he one of the fucking founders.
Right.
You didn't found Burning Man. You just like to go.
You found out about Burning Man.
And this is not to knock anybody who has their things that they like to do annually or hobbies that they like to do, but this guy needs to stop acting like he invented Burning Man. You didn't invent it. You just go and you like to go. You think it's fun,
right?
Oh my goodness. Taylor says not the mother and daughter being the most boring couples. Well, it is what it is, child. I don't know. Anyway, Jaylen, we start off with Jaylen teaching her spin class and Burning Man joining her spin class to show what she's passionate about. I wrote down, I used to love spin. I really did. I used to do spin a couple times a week back in the day. Like when I first lived in San Francisco, I really loved it. But somehow I just kind of fell off of, the whole spin class thing, I would probably love to get back into it though. I really like to spin a lot. I actually, over the course of my adulthood, I was like, I actually kind of really like to exercise, It takes a lot to get me to the class, but when I'm in there, I do like it. Jaylen and Burning Man had a conversation about following exes on social media, and he said he was going to cut it off. He said, I saw how passionate Jaylen felt about the fact that I should not be following my ex on social media and vice versa, so I'm going to cut it off. We later found out that was a lie. Anyway, I wrote down Jaylen and Burning Man have a great surface level relationship. It gives very surface level, nothing deep, nothing too complex. They haven't tackled any real issues. And I think that once they do, their relationship is going to fall apart. I personally don't believe you should be following exes on social media. This is just my personal opinion. Okay, you don't have to agree with me. I don't believe in being friends with your exes. It doesn't mean you have to hate each other or want to burn each other's house down or hate each other's guts. But as far as keeping into contact and having a friendship with your exes, it's not something that I believe in or partake in, because I think it prevents a lot of folks from moving forward. Yeah. I think once I've had like a sort of really close sexual relationship with you and you either betrayed me, I betrayed you, or we decided to move on, it's fine to just move on from each other and we don't have to remain friends.
Hold on, who did you betray? Who did you betray?
Follow each other on social media and sort of keep up with each other.
Because I don't remember you betraying nobody, actually.
Yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I think a lot of times also keeping up with your ex on social media just allows them to slip back into your life when they go off and meet other people and have other relationships that don't work out. It makes you just an easy person to fall back on. And when I cut off communication with people I've dated, they know they can't come back around. They know they can't spin the block.
Really?
Now, somebody I just fooled around with might be able to.
A few times. If we were in
a relationship, you can't spend the block on me. I'm good. But when you remain, followers of each other and stuff like that, it makes it very easy for them to just slide right on into your DMs, honey. And I think that mainly, more masculine people especially love the convenience of that. Anyway, Jaylen sat Burning Man down and said, let's write down our feelings. Let's write down how we feel about each other. And he said, damn it, I don't want to write nothing. I'm sick of writing. And I wrote down, girl, he got so mad because he can't read or write. He's insecure about it.
Right. It was obvious.
Like, it was very clear to me that he wasn't... Like, it was very clear to me after he got so frustrated about writing a paragraph and the thought of reading it out loud, he was like...
Sent him to a spiral.
Embarrassed, in my opinion. He was embarrassed. He felt triggered. He felt inadequate. And I don't understand why Jaylen got upset at him. Because to me, it was very clear that he was feeling insecure. Why else wouldn't he want to read a paragraph that he wrote out loud to you?
He can't read.
And I don't understand why some people don't. Like, Jaylen never picked up on the social cues that he, in my opinion, was obviously expressing inadequacy.
Right.
He wrote a paragraph and you asked him to read it out loud and he said no. And he even said, it took me weeks or something like that, or days, to write my vows to you. Which probably meant that he had some help from artificial intelligence. Like, when people, Christine said he made something out of nothing, I felt like he was insecure about it, to be honest with you. I don't know. I felt bad for him, honestly, when I watched that. And I just didn't understand. Jaylen seems very smart. I didn't understand why she couldn't pick up on the fact that he just felt insecure in that moment. And been like, oh, it's okay. I mean, he has the cameras around. He has producers watching. He has you watching. He knows that millions of people are going to be watching and listening to this. He felt insecure about his ability to read and write. So, anyway, Josh is his name Josh? I don't know. I'm gonna call him Burning Man. Jaylen and Burning Man went out to hang out with his friends and they started talking about social media out of nowhere. And she finds out that he never stopped following his ex on social media. That's because she's a backup plan for him. She likes to go to Burning Man. She likes to see the man burn up. Oh. Thank y'all for the compliments in the chat. Let me tell y'all, I talk about this all the time. I lived in the Bay Area for 5 years. I worked in tech for the entire time plus. Burning Man is such a fucking big deal in the Bay Area.
It is.
When the Bay Area, this is when I used to live there, okay? I haven't lived in the Bay Area since like 2017, which is a while. But when I lived in San Francisco, the city would clear. The weekend of Burning Man would be the best time to get a reservation, the best time to go out and go to your favorite bakery, the best time to do anything in the city because nobody was in the fucking city because everybody was at Burning Man. And this just goes to show like that kind of cultural thing. Like it is very cultural. Like when people say white people don't have culture, I disagree. Exactly. White people have like glazed carrots.
Yep.
And like, you know,
apples.
Green bean casserole and Burning Man.
Mm-hmm. Applesauce.
Hello, it's right here.
Clear as day.
Anyway.
And I love it too. I love applesauce.
Jaylen said that the fact that he said that he was going to unfollow his ex on social media and didn't and lied about it, she said it was an unnecessary little lie. and they equal unnecessary little lies equal bigger lies, which is the truth. I fully believe that. One time in college, I broke up with a guy because he lied to me about his age, and he was only like 2 or 3 years older than what he said he was. But I told him, you lie to me about that, you'll lie to me about anything. It's your age. You thought I was never gonna find out your real age?
And I just took a calculation from his line brothers.
Like, you lied to me about something that small. What are you hiding?
And I would have dated him anyway.
You could honestly told her, and the fact that when they talked about unfollowing each other's exes on social media, he was like, I'll do it, fine. He cut it so quick. Yeah. You could have said, actually, I don't really want to unfollow my ex. We're friends. But it's the fact that you just agreed so quickly and then didn't do it.
Right.
Child.
Because he wanted to lie.
Anyway, he also lied about how he truly felt about her going to Burning Man. She said, I don't want to go to Burning Man. I don't have the desire to go. He said, you don't have to go. Burning Man's not my whole identity in front of Dr. Pia. When Dr. Pia left, he said, why don't you just go once? No. She was like, I just really went into depth about how I don't want to go at all. You can go, but I don't want to go. He's like, oh, just go once. Just see how you like it.
No.
Why are you trying to convince me to do something I already said that I did not and I was not interested in doing? But hey, I also think that Jaylen lied. Because Jaylen in that conversation said, I'm not interested in going. You can go without me. You can find somebody else to go with. But later on in the season, he said, I just won't go. And she said, good.
Interesting.
I felt like it was two people who are unable to express how they really feel. And I want to do a whole video about this. Let me make a note to do a video about this.
About what, girl? What? Edit this video.
I want to do a video about how you should always tell a man the truth.
You should. Yep.
I feel like in society as women, and I felt this personally, that I was talking to another married woman about this. We are so afraid to tell men how we feel. And a lot of times we are afraid to tell men how we feel because we are worried that they will not want to be with us. Or worried that they will get upset. Worried that they will get mad. The reality is you have to tell men how you feel because the holding back of your feelings is what prolongs a relationship that should never even happen. We are so afraid to tell men the truth. Tell them the truth. Like, actually, I find the fact that you go to Burning Man super unattractive. I would prefer a man who don't go. Because that's what it kind of felt like for Jaylen to me. Once he said, I just won't go, she said, good? Because if you really accepted the fact that he wanted to go with somebody else, wanted to go without you, why would your response be good?
Exactly.
I think if I told my man, and you know, how this whole situation played out, and he said, actually, I just won't go, I would say, really? You don't want to go? You gonna cancel your whole trip?
Exactly.
I would question that because I don't want to be resented for that.
Very.
But it's like you held back your true feelings too. I don't know. Burning Man told her, don't ever roll your eyes at me. I wrote down, boy, bye, you cannot control her. Okay? If you don't like it when somebody rolls your eyes at you, you can say, dang, you just rolled your eyes at me. I didn't really like that. That made me feel bad. But you can't say, don't ever roll your eyes at me. She's not a child. She can roll her eyes whenever she wants. And the reality is you can't control somebody else. You can only control yourself. And how you gonna control whether I roll my eyes? Rolling your eyes is such an instinctual thing. It's such a subconscious thing. Like, it can bother you, but to tell somebody to stop doing it, it's a bit ridiculous.
It is, because I'm not gonna stop.
But he got in his power bag right then, didn't he?
He sure did.
Anyway, I wrote down in big caps, nobody said you had to give up Burning Man, but she was happy when you did. Anyway, let's move on to the next couple. Let's move on to Rhonda and Santa Claus.
Girl, you mean Larry David?
What's his name?
Pops. Randall. Billy Bob Thornton.
Todd. Don't nobody know his name. Can't nobody help me.
Okay, let's get to it. Who cares?
All right. Rhonda says she hasn't shared a space with a man in 25 years, and honestly, that's her damn problem. I'm not saying she has to have a man live with her, but damn, Rhonda, like...
She want one? Hell.
Woo! Rhonda, woo, my God. She remind me of a white girl I used to work with.
Oh, my goodness.
I would say her name, but I don't want to be messy like that. When I tell you this lady was intense, she reminded me of the lady so much that I thought it was her at first. This lady is intense. Intense. I used to work in human resources with her. She was like head of learning and development. Woo! Intense. Hated working with her. A lot of people hated working with her. Anyway, I wrote down, Rhonda has a nice house and she don't want that man to move in with her, and I don't blame her. You've been by yourself for 25 years. Continue to be by yourself. You don't need a husband. You need a companion. You don't want a husband, Rhonda. Rhonda don't want no husband. Rhonda want a man that live across the street that she can sleep with every now and then, and he can come over a few times a week and drink wine. She don't want nobody living with her in her space, up in her face.
I don't even think she want them drinking at her house. Hell, she want them to drink on the porch.
Rhonda wants somebody that she can who don't even live in her state.
Yeah.
Who flies in. They have a job that's part-time in her state, and he flies in every 30 days for 30 days, and he stays at a hotel. He don't even stay with her, but he come over every night for 30 days while he in town, and then he leaves for 30 days, and he gone for 30 days. That's the kind of man she like, and that's what I like too. Yeah,
that's what I like too.
Lord, please send me a tall, dark, and by dark I mean anywhere from Latino to the blackest man on the planet, please, God.
Yeah.
Who is over 6 feet with a athletic body, child. He could be an athlete. He could be a retired athlete. Yeah. Or he could be I don't know, a broke fitness instructor or something. I don't know, God.
Bro,
please send me somebody who is not in town all the time, and he in town every other week, preferably on the days where the weekends where I don't have my baby. And then
those weekends.
He can fly me out there, and then I don't have to talk to him every day, God. Amen.
Amen. We gonna make some adjustments to the prayer though, but okay, yeah.
Y'all say amen in the comments.
Amen. Type amen.
Anyway, and God, don't let me forget, please let him already have at least one kid so he don't look at me for no type of fertility and nothing like that, because I don't have none for him over here, God.
None.
And please let him have little bitty hoops in his ears, both
tiny ones,
and a pretty white smile, and he go to the dentist and he floss. Amen.
Little hoops and a big something else, child.
Anyway,
y'all come see me in DC.
Dr. P has sat down with Rhonda and this white man that she married to. And I wrote down, Rhonda's too defensive. Look how you acting when he told you the truth. She's hurt because he told her the truth. Now she's crying. And she said fucking 3 times during the conversation. I've talked about this already when I talked about Love is Blind. Y'all don't know how to talk to nobody
at all.
That's why y'all are terrible to be with.
Terrible. How many times are you gonna chew your boba?
I saw this with half the couples on Love is Blind. When you're having a simple conversation with somebody you care about, there's no need to cuss. I don't care if you're talking to your fucking kids. I don't care if you're talking to your fucking best friend, your fucking mama and daddy, your fucking partner. Why are you cussing?
And why is you cussing?
To me, a little cussing is for like a little kiki, like we doing here. But if we're having a conversation where we're trying to resolve something in our relationship and I love and care about you, why am I cussing at you? It don't matter if I'm not cussing at you. I'm cussing while I'm talking to you. It's so disrespectful, in my opinion. That's the way I was raised. I would never cuss at my child. And if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I would never cuss at them. And I would never cuss at my parents.
My mama never cussed
during
at
a conversation where we're trying to resolve something. Now, if we just keep keying or something, I'd be like, listen, girl, this bitch, then, of course. But, like, you're getting frustrated and you're using cuss words. I find it to be unacceptable. I don't accept anybody to talk to me like that. And I don't think you should talk to your partners like that. And I don't think you should even talk to your friends that way. I would never get into it with my best friend and be like, okay, so this the fucking point. What? Have some respect for me.
Yeah.
I have too much respect for my friends to do that. I talk to the people I love gently. That's how I expect to be spoken to. Like, Rhonda, to me, and a lot of couples have been doing this. It's like, I know cussing is more, it's more acceptable these days and stuff. And I made a whole post about it on Facebook, and they was like, I cussed my husband out this morning, and he fine. He don't respect you, though, because you don't respect him.
Ooh, get them together.
Why would I respect somebody who talks to me like that? Like, I don't know. To me, that's just crazy. Like, anyway, they just had a big communication, Rhonda and this man.
They had a big communication? What that mean?
I wrote down, this man is so chill. Like, to be honest with you, he's missing a little bit of, like a little bit of social cues, but he's willing to learn, in my opinion. What I see about him is kind of like, he's missing a few things. He's older. He's a little bit, he sometimes, I wrote down that he has a little bit of symptoms of ADHD. And I kind of sympathize with him, maybe because sometimes when somebody is talking to me and I have a partner and they're talking to me all the time, sometimes I can drift off or lose my train of thought or be like, what did you say? Or I get caught up in my thoughts, And if I'm listening to somebody, I really have to listen, take time to listen. When people come to me and they're expressing something that I know is important, I do have to concentrate quite a bit. And maybe he has that, or maybe he's just a little bit older and he didn't catch it. Or maybe his, who knows, but he's not really doing anything wrong. Like, she's making a big deal out of the fact that she doesn't feel like he listens to her or he says things at the wrong moment. And he does a little bit, but I consider it to be a bit awkward. I don't think it's malicious at all. From what I've seen, right? I mean, they came from visiting her father's grave, and she was talking about her dead dad, as she said, and he kind of started talking about something else. But if it was me, I would have been like, I was talking about my dead daddy. Let me finish talking about that, because I'm expressing something to you right now. And I think he would have been like, I'm sorry. Like, you're right. Why did I bring up this when you're telling me this? His brain probably just got to wondering, child. Like, and I know that's annoying, but to me, it's just one of those things. It's kind of like, if you don't like him, just say no on decision day. But it didn't really feel like he was being malicious at all.
Yeah.
He's older, too. Like, Taylor said, I don't really think it's intentional, but I can see it being annoying. Yeah, I can see it being annoying. And I would tell him it's annoying, so maybe he could put in more effort to try, And I would expect him to put in the effort, but, like, to me, it's not malicious. So it's kind of like, okay, you're getting really upset when you just need to express yourself a little bit more calmly, in my opinion.
Rhonda was acting like he wasn't trying.
He said he told her, I can't hear everything. And it sounds like something I would say, to be honest with you. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. Maybe I'm toxic.
I only got 2 ears.
He said, you're going to have to repeat some stuff. And that's like, I related to it. I'm biased because I related to what he's saying. Like, I've been with people, like my best friend knows I don't remember shit.
At all.
And she'd be like, girl, I know you're not going to remember. But I remember important things that she tells me. But, like, we go on vacation together. I'm not going to remember a vacation we took 12 years ago for detail by detail. And the girl we met at the club, like, that's not my personality. Like, you're going to have to remind me.
And I still ain't gonna remember.
With people maybe I'm in a romantic relationship with, I'll be like, what? Who is that? I always ask, what's their name? Who is that? How do you know them? I'm asking the same stuff over and over. And I know it's kind of might be a bit annoying, but it's kind of like, I have a bad memory. Like, you're going to have to repeat some stuff. I'm sorry. I'm
really sorry.
He said he feels scolded a lot when he's with Rhonda. And yeah, I just think that like Rhonda gonna scold you and he not gonna remember everything. These are some things about each other that they just gonna have to accept. Like, they're 60 something. So like there's not much change that's gonna happen at this age, to be honest with you. I don't think much change happens after 40.
Really?
Hell, after 30. I think between 18 and 35 people can really change. I'm 36 now. If I meet somebody at this age, I have to accept who they are right now is who they are. Like, I think everybody should do that. But if you're in your 20s, like, who you are at your 25 is not going to be who you are at 35. Guaranteed. But if you're 35, like, if I meet somebody at 35, this is who they are.
Yeah. That's why you have to accept them right then.
Okay, let's move on to the next couple. Derek and Megan. Derek and the blonde. Y'all know whenever we have a blonde on Married at First Sight, I love to call her the blonde. I think it's just a cute nickname. Derek and Megan.
Okay, let's get into it. Girl, have your notes ready.
Megan got upset. Megan and Derek got into it because of something. I don't really know why they got into it. But I wrote down, Megan was like, I've had to compromise in this relationship too. And he was like, how? She was like, your fucking cleaning products. And he was like, the fact that I like to use vinegar to clean instead of harsh products. She's like, yeah, that's a big compromise for me.
Girl,
no, it's not.
It ain't. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
You don't even clean.
Sometimes I watch shows like this and I really be thinking like the dynamics between the couple like Derek and Megan. And like, if Megan was with a black guy, I'm like, is this what black guys be putting up with? Because black guys swear that white women are just more tolerable and just quiet and just not problematic. And white women don't complain. And white women, which is an insult, in my opinion, to white women. I don't know why some white women think that is a compliment, that there's groups of men who find you easier than other groups of women. Like, to me, that's just an insult. But like, I look at people like Megan and I'll be like,
is she?
Megan will go in the bathroom and slam the door, cry, and seemingly like cuss you out all in one evening. I don't understand. Like, I'll be really wondering, like, where are the easy to deal with white women that all the men of color seem to be grabbing up?
Right.
Between this show and Love Is Blind and stuff like that, it looks to me like white women just have just as much emotion and anger and resentment and unhappiness as any other woman.
Wow, would you think?
Unless they all lying. I don't know.
The men be lying.
This argument was about the fact that Derek did not want to sleep with a dog in the bed. And Megan didn't even ask him if they would be sleeping with the dog in the bed. She said, I want to let you know the dog will be in the bed.
Period.
And he was like, I don't agree with it. But he didn't say it. He said, okay. Then Megan said the next day, I'm running late. Can you walk the dog? And he was like, I thought that we were going to be walking the dog together. I didn't know that it would be my responsibility to walk the dog.
On day 2.
Just because you running late. And I kind of agree with Derek on this. If I got with somebody on this show and they had a dog, why am I now having to walk the dog? That's your dog.
Exactly.
And if you running late, what would you do if I wasn't here?
Right.
Like, I'm not about to become your personal dog walker. And that's how Derek probably felt. Like, he was her personal assistant, personal dog walker. He didn't sign up to be kissing a dog in the middle of the night and walking the dog. Yeah. And I kind of agree with him, especially this new in the relationship. I could see her making time for them to walk the dog together. And then once he's had some time with the dog,
right,
the dog knows him, listens to him, trusts him, and he knows the dog. Then maybe he can start walking the dog on his own after they've been together. But you just told him walk the dog. We just moved in yesterday. Go ahead and walk the dog. He can't even put the leash on the dog, probably.
Right.
Which is funny. And Megan told him, I don't want you to walk my dog. And Derek said, you know, you had to only compromise on vinegar while I'm walking the dog. She said, well, you don't put the toilet seat down.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I tell y'all this every fucking season of every fucking show.
Don't cuss at us.
Stop complaining about men putting the toilet seat down.
Yep.
That's nothing, in my opinion, that's nothing to complain about.
It's nothing.
Men do so many other things. Them not putting the toilet seat down is honestly the least of your worries. Give him some time. That would be the least of your worries, him putting the damn toilet seat down.
Exactly.
Girl, like, stop bringing that up. It's like it's like a 60-year-old complaint. Like, just let it go.
Let it go.
And save room for the other stuff that's really gonna matter. Like him not unfollowing his ex on social media. Anyway.
Exactly.
I wrote down Derek is a really great communicator. Megan needs some work. Megan said the pit bull in her was about to come out.
Really?
I thought that sounds scary. The pit bull in you?
Right.
She said not only does she have a dog, but she got that dog in her.
Okay.
Wow.
Gangster. I'm scared.
Pastor Cal came by the house and Derek was relieved. Pastor Cal said walking the dog is a normal part of her being in a relationship with Megan. Take it or leave it. Anyway, Derek wants kids. And Megan said she was unsure about having kids, but they have a lot of unprotected sex. Now, make that make sense. How are you unsure about having kids, but you're having a lot of unprotected sex?
Yeah, how?
That sounds stupid.
Very stupid.
And it is stupid. Because,
Because what?
Megan and Derek do nothing but argue. Then they went to her family's house. Her family said, we want to be grandparents or whatever. Then her dad was like, have you thought about how financially, how big of a financial responsibility having a kid is? And Derek was like, kind of. And then Megan admitted that if they had a kid, her mom will not help. Derek said that his mom would help. His parents would help. But she said, my mom already has grandkids and she don't really watch them like that. So, not wanting to share responsibilities around the house and complaining about things like walking a dog and putting the toilet seat down is the first red flag. Megan saying that pit bull is going to come out of her. Thinking about the fact that Derek doesn't listen to her is a second red flag. The fact that Derek and Megan weren't aligned on having kids is the third red flag. The fact that they haven't had a conversation about finances is the fourth red flag. And the fifth red flag is them not having solidarity when it comes to their community and the support that they're going to get from their community if they got pregnant. That's the fifth red flag, and Megan is pregnant. Yes. I wrote down, does Megan know how pregnancy works? Derek said, now that Megan is pregnant, he really has to grind and work hard. You not grinding and working hard until you finding out that the girl that you just met 6 weeks ago is pregnant and got married to is a red flag number 6. Because you need a man to grind and work hard before he decides to have a kid. I mean, the grinding and working hard will happen while you have a kid regardless, but like, I find it to be a pet peeve of mine when I hear a man say, when I have a kid, that's going to motivate me to really go hard. Well, the idea of wanting one should also have you doing that, but okay. I don't know. That's just me. Anyway, let's move on to the final couple, the black couple. Go harder. Right, Taylor. I need the ER to be on there. Let's move on to the black couple.
Here we go.
The honeymoon is over.
It sure is.
Everybody is saying in the comments that I watch on social media that Will doesn't like Brittany. And I wrote down, I think he does like her.
Right.
Comment below and tell me if y'all think that Will is cute.
Yeah, let me know.
He does have a dangly earring. And I know the girls don't like that. But comment below and tell me if you think Will is cute. I love to know what you think. Some people are saying no on TikTok. I don't think Will's bad looking. I think he's a cute guy.
Yeah, y'all don't like nobody.
Okay. They came back from the honeymoon, and Brittany says Panama was a nightmare.
Oh my God.
I wrote down, and this is something I'm going to say. Brittany is too insecure.
You say that every time.
Everything about Brittany's personality screams insecurity. I don't feel good about myself. I don't feel good. And I think in order to have a happy relationship, but in order to have a happy life.
Preach.
You have to feel good about yourself. You have to find a way to feel good. Feel good about what you're doing. Feel good about your body. Feel good about the way you look. Feel good about your passions. Feel good about your desires, your dreams, your aspirations. Feel good. You have to find a way to feel good. Because I think there are a lot of people who are moving through life and they don't genuinely feel good about anything. And you're expecting to have good relationships in your life. Good relationships with your children, your family, your friends, specifically. Your partners, romantic relationships. How can you have a good romantic relationship if you don't feel good? In my opinion, all we hear from Brittany is negativity, and we don't hear anything from Will because he's completely shut down because all she says is negative stuff.
And professing her love.
She said Panama was a nightmare. And he's like, wait.
Hold on.
It wasn't really a nightmare. And she goes, well, last night was bad.
Okay.
She says, I'm insecure from past relationships. I'm learning. I wrote down, Brittany needs to get help.
Bad.
Then she says, do you get in the bed dirty?
Do you?
I talked about how I get in the bed dirty on vacation all the time. I come straight from the airport. I hop right onto the bed. I jump on the bed. I take off my shoes at the door in the hotel. And typically I jump on every single hotel bed that I get. And I literally flop around in it. I'm not the germ police, you guys. But like some of these things that we had, some of these rules that we have, I think are just like, do you think that if your partner lost their job and they came home and they're sitting on the bed, on the edge of the bed, sobbing about how they lost their job, you're gonna say, you got your outside clothes on? Listen, can you change clothes or take these sheets off?
Hurry up.
I just think that some of the things that we make a big deal out of don't matter. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brittany took Will back to her house because she wanted to show off her home. She said it's one of her biggest accomplishments, something she worked hard for. She's never had a man in the house. That's your damn problem.
Girl. It is though, for real. Entertain.
To be honest with you, if you had 100 niggas over there, this one wouldn't have mattered.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, y'all.
Speak on it.
Inappropriate. Brittany was upset about the fact that she didn't get the reaction she wanted from Will when showing him her biggest accomplishment. I think Will felt insecure and inadequate. She showed him the house. He shut down because he doesn't have a house. Facts. He didn't know what to say. He didn't know what he was supposed to be so excited about because he doesn't have a house.
Yep.
He didn't know how to hype her up in that moment. She felt bad and he felt bad. It was just two people feeling bad.
Because he doesn't have a house.
That's what I really think what happened. I think that if Will had hit her with a couple of, damn, okay, this is nice, twice, she would have been not satisfied, but
better.
She wouldn't have had such a vile reaction to his underwhelming reaction to her house. But I think that this is a thing with a lot of men, right? That we've seen in reality shows over the past few years. They don't have as much as the women have. They don't make as much. This is not just black couples, but this is a really popular thing in the black community. But like, it's gonna it happens. Last season on Love Is Blind, where old girl Sparkle Megan had the house and all of these things, and the guy was insecure, and he's like, I can't help you with none of this. Like, it's an insecurity thing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So that's what it was. I wrote down, where's the fun?
Where?
Not Megan, but Brittany feels crappy again. Brittany feels like shit again. Brittany feels like he's judging her. He's not judging you. He's feeling insecure himself. This is just an example of you can't read the room when your partner's feeling insecure.
You too busy feeling insecure.
I met a man at a bar this past week, and he said something that let me know he was insecure about whatever it was we were talking about. And I said to him, oh, you feel insecure about that?
Read him.
It's very apparent when people feel insecure about things to me. And I think it's a time to not it's not necessarily a time to give them grace, but it is a time to understand that this is not about you.
Yeah.
So you feeling judged, you feeling inadequate, you feeling like he didn't care about your house, you feeling bad, you crying. This has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, his behavior has nothing to do with you.
And I think the quicker Brittany could have realized, oh, he feeling insecure because I'm showing him my house, this don't have nothing to do with me, she would have maybe been in a better mental space. But she couldn't. She made this about her own insecurity, and she had a breakdown. Like, she was like, no, you don't even have to help me. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Pastor Cal came to the house. Pastor Cal gave some good advice. Pastor Cal said he cannot read your mind.
He can't?
You have to express yourself.
Damn.
I wrote down, she can't handle it. I really don't know what I meant by that. Pastor Cal asked Will, do you want her? And he said, of course. They started to kiss a little bit.
Okay, good.
I wrote down, she cooked. And then I wrote down, what about affection?
I didn't see any.
I have a problem because it kind of seemed like as their relationship went on, Brittany was the only one giving affection. Well, that's not true. Will was giving affection as well. But that's just really not true. Both of them gave affection, so let me take that out.
Take it back.
Anyway, we got to the 1 month mark, and they went to see a wrestling, or they got to meet one of their favorite wrestlers or whatever. Brittany wanted to know, Will, how do you feel about me? He said, I have no doubt right now, but things can change. And I wrote down, Brittany is looking for validation from Will, but he's just not sure. I wrote down, I'm going to sum all of this up, but I wrote down, Brittany is too insecure to be fun.
Wow.
I wrote down, validation at every second is a turnoff.
It is, yes, it's exhausting.
Will expressed his feelings about how saying I love you can often be manipulative. I don't necessarily disagree with him on that.
Sometimes it can.
And he said, when you're bald and you're on chemo and you're dying, I still want to be able to say that I love you, even if I've said it once. And I thought that that was a very extreme example. Listen, you might say that was a good example because men are known to leave the women they care about or they're in a relationship with once they get sick. But I think that Will saying that I'm only gonna say I love you if I know that I'm able to still love you if you get cancer, just shows how big of an obstacle that is for him.
Right.
Like, if I say I love you, I have to love you on your deathbed.
Yep.
That's how serious love is to me. That's the only way I'm going to be able to say it and admit it. That's the only way I'm going to be able to feel it. And it feels like the stakes are so high that he might not ever get there. I do think one thing about being in love and loving somebody is the freedom to love them now and understand that you might not be with them later.
That's deep.
Like, if you have the freedom to just feel, there's power in that, but Will never, he doesn't feel that way. The stakes are too high to love, in his opinion.
Preach.
Based on what he showed me. I think that Brittany, and I'll do the retreat, starting at the retreat on the next episode, but I think that Brittany is a really good example of a person who hasn't had a lot of experience in relationships, who needs to have more experience in relationships, more experience in sex, more experience in self-esteem, more experience in developing oneself, hobbies, loves, interests, likes, dislikes, the ability to speak their own mind, all of these things, but mainly self-esteem, because being with somebody, it don't matter who you are, being with somebody who don't feel good about themselves, who needs validation at every corner, at every turn, is not fun. I don't know why she expected him to say yes on decision day when she's looking for validation and she's not getting it. Like, maybe she would have gotten it if she wouldn't have been searching so hard for it, because it really did, in my opinion, put a damper on the entire experience, because at every corner you're not satisfied.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting an I love you, because you're not getting a confession, because you need these things to validate you. I found it to be exhausting.
Just watching her
need this much validation. But anyway, let's move on to the retreat and the second half in the next episode.